gift of life. The gift of life. I've often heard the gift of life associated with giving blood, and that's what we'll be talking about in just a few moments with the Executive Physician Director of the American Red Cross. He's amazing, and there he is, Dr. Gary, joining us from Baltimore. And Doctor, what led you to become a physician?
You know, I became a physician because I really wanted to find a way to help people. And I always thought that I would be a surgeon, actually. But when I got to medical school, I just fell in love with pathology and the diagnosis of disease. And when I was in my residency and I learned about transfusion medicine, I learned about how much need there was for expertise and access to blood transfusions. And that's how I got to where I am today.
Well, we appreciate you pursuing your passion. You've become world-renowned. Thank you for the time you're sharing with us. We are talking about the blood supply. Where do we stand today, Dr. Gary?
Right now, we have an emergency shortage of red blood cells from people who are type O, so that's O positive or O negative. And we also have an emergency shortage of platelets from people of all blood types. And what we're seeing, we partner with thousands of hospitals across the country, and what we're seeing is that blood is going out to hospitals to meet patient needs faster than it's coming in from donations. And that's why we're trying to get the word out that patients are counting on people to volunteer and donate their blood.
Doctor, I'm sure it's very complex to begin to break down why our supplies are much lower, but do give us an indication what might be one of the biggest.
Yeah, one of the biggest factors behind the reduction in donors has been the fact that COVID has changed the way that people donate blood. In particular, a lot of people used to be full-time, in person at work, and they used to donate at blood drives that were sponsored by their workplace. But with the transition to more virtual care or more virtual working, there's not really the ability to connect with those donors anymore. And so there are 300,000 fewer donors today than there were just at the start of COVID. But we of course recognize blood transfusion is the ultimate in-person activity. We're hoping to reconnect with some of those donors, many of whom were really committed, generous blood donors, but who just need to establish a new routine with us to reach and take care of the patients.
Well, Doctor, with that said, I am one of those over 300,000 that have found giving blood a little bit different since COVID. So with that said, how do we reconnect?
Yeah, so redcrossblood.org is our website. And at that website, you can not only learn about donation and about what happens to blood once it's donated, and virtually any question that a donor might have has got information there. But for people who just want to sign up to donate, you can type in your zip code. It shows the locations that have available appointments, and you can actually book the appointment right there on redcrossblood.org.
We've heard you loud and clear, Doctor, and for those that give in January, there's an extra incentive.
Well, the Red Cross is incredibly grateful for all the volunteers who step forward and donate blood in order to save lives. And we're always looking for ways to show our appreciation and to recognize volunteers. As you mentioned, for January, we have a special promotion with the NFL. And everybody who registers to donate blood at the American Red Cross in January is automatically entered in a sweepstakes and could win a free trip to Las Vegas to watch Super Bowl 58 in person.
It gives me extra incentive to give in January, and I commit to doing so. But with that said, Doctor, as we wrap, any last words before we go?
Please go to redcrossblood.org. Even if you have been deferred in the past, most blood deferrals are temporary. And so even if you couldn't give blood before, you might be able to give blood now and still save a life.
It's certainly great to welcome you back to Connect. I'm your host, Conn Jackson, where we love connecting you with people in the know. And our next guest is a commissioner. And when you hear the word commissioner, you know he is an important figure, and indeed he is, because he's going to help us go to a destination that many of us have to experience. And some of you who have been, well, I'm sure they're going to welcome you back with open arms. And where am I talking? That's where we're connecting to, the U.S. Virgin Islands. There is Commissioner Joseph. Welcome. And Commissioner, what sets U.S. Virgin Islands apart?
Thank you for that question. Well, of course, it's beautiful, wonderful white sandy beaches, turquoise waters, but we also have had some new openings on hotel properties in the Virgin Islands. So we have a new property, Frenchman's Reef, the Westin's Frenchman's Reef on St. Thomas, and an Autograph Collection hotel under the Marriott Bonvoy brand as well, which is the Bowie House, a Morningstar property on St. Thomas. We've also had some restorations properties on St. Thomas. Is the Pink Palm Hotel has recently opened a nice boutique hotel in downtown Charlotte Amalie. On St. Croix, we have the King Christian Hotel, which is a downtown boutique property right in the heart of Christiansted, St. Croix. And on St. John, there's a property called Lovango Key Hotel, which is on a small key 5 to 7 minutes away from St. John, eco high-end luxury property. So lots of opportunities for you to stay in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And of course, we have a wide breadth of sharing economy properties if your preference is to stay in a sharing economy property.
Well, that's certainly a lot of options. I know that we are home based in Atlanta. We're in the teens there. The rest of the country is freezing. I'm coming to you from Santa Barbara today, but let me ask, what are the temperatures in the U.S. Virgin Islands?
Yes, so we get up right now this time of year, low 80s. I think yesterday the high was 82, and we dropped to low 70s in the evenings. So probably, I guess in Atlanta, you know, I have some family living there. They were telling me, they were texting me that the temperature was 13 degrees yesterday. So quite a bit warmer than it was, and I guess is in your part of the country today.
Tell me about it. Not only is Atlanta cold, but the rest of the country, we need those warm temperatures in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And with that said, it's pretty easy to get to, isn't it?
Well, first off, you don't have to have a passport if you're a U.S. citizen to travel to the Virgin Islands. So that makes it very easy to travel from any part of the United States. But as important to that is we have direct flights from up and down the eastern seaboard, from Boston to Miami. Of course, we have multiple flights a day from Atlanta into the U.S. Virgin Islands. And then we also have flights from the Midwest and from Texas into the U.S. VI. So many, many different ways to get to us in the territory. So your preference, you know, whether it's a group trip or a single trip or with that significant other, many easy ways to get to the territory in less than 4 hours.
Well, that's super convenient, and I know there are, not only is the warm weather waiting for us, but there are a lot of fun activities. Tell us more.
Yes, we have any and everything for you to do, from relaxing on that sandy beach with a nice cold libation to riding horses in St. Croix, or playing golf on St. Croix, or on St. John, which is our nature island. 2/3 of the island is owned by the U.S. National Park Service, so many wonderful hiking trails that take you up the mountain and back down to a beautiful beach, and you could rinse and repeat that many times in St. John. And St. Thomas is our cosmopolitan island, where there are activities to do all day. It's a major cruise ship anchor destination spot, so there are attractions on water and on land every day. And the nightlife is bustling, from some of the best culinary delights you can find, and bars up and down from the east and the west on all three islands, quite frankly.
Well, Commissioner, you had me at beach and tropical libations and the warm weather, right. the trifecta of relaxation. But with that said, tell us about some of the upcoming
Yes, we actually just wrapped up our Cruising Christmas Festival, which happens right over the Christmas, New Year's holidays. So I would ask people to plan for that next year in St. Croix. But St. Croix is also up next for our Ag Fest, which is the biggest agricultural festival in the Caribbean. That happens over President's Weekend on St. Croix. Opportunity to see and be part of our wonderful culture. On St. Thomas, the last week of April, April 28th to May 5th, we have our St. Thomas Carnival, which basically is an opportunity to see and be a part of live soca events, all the food and drink you can eat, parades, daytime activities, boat races, all of that happens in that week. And on St. John, which is our smallest of the three main Virgin Islands, you have the St. John celebration, which happens right around the 4th of July celebration. So many fun cultural activities to create memories for you and your family and friends in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Well, Commissioner, with all the activities, the festivals, the fun, the weather, it's a great time to go to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Thank you for making time for us. And as we wrap, where can we go for more information?
Yes, visit usvi.com. Visit usvi.com is where you can find out all the information about how to get to the U.S. Virgin Islands, what to do in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and of course, how you can figure out to create these wonderful memories that we all try to create when we go on vacation. And of course, you can follow us on our social media handles on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Walking down the sidewalk, kicking my feet as I'm moving to the music. Step to the beat, I woke up today, canceled all my plans, and I stepped right outside with my guitar in my hands, and the notes became loud as the sound caressed the air, and I kicked it up a notch as I strolled without a care, 'cause I'm going down the road to a brand new place, and I'll get there with a smile on my face, yeah, so lift me up, I'm moving on, singing and dancing while I play my song, yeah, I'm having a good time, keeping it going, come on, clap your hands, and won't you sing along, and now let's take it up high, high, high.
Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. I know the kids go back to school after this break, but one of the things that we need to be reminded of is supporting our teachers. Take care of our teachers, they take care of our kids. Our community is so much better. It's a win-win, and there's a great program we're going to learn about in just a moment from an award-winning, incredible woman. She's an MIT engineer who then has gone on to incredible impact with kids and learning. There she is. Emily, thanks for joining us. And I know you give teachers a lot of credit for your achievements of going to MIT.
Yeah, I was one of those kids who had a little bit of a harder time in school, and it's really thanks to teachers and my parents, of course, for helping instill confidence in myself to be able to learn to even get to a place like MIT. So teachers are always, I think for every student, really integral to their success.
I am so appreciative of my teachers and my journey, but I gotta say, what a great story and an impact you're making. We salute the teachers that had a positive impact on you, Emily, but let's dive in, transition. How can we best support teachers as we go into 2024?
Right. So I think all of us are always looking for ways to help support kids and teachers in our community. And something that makes it really easy to do that is the Box Tops for Education program, which is something I was very familiar with as a kid. I remember like cutting off the box tops from all of the cereal that we ate as a child and bringing them in like a little goodie bag. But today it's so much easier. They have an app where after you go to the grocery store, you just scan a receipt in the app, and the app like automatically knows which items that you bought were Box Tops participating products, things like Cheerios and Nature Valley bars and Go-Gurts and Annie Mac and Cheese. It's like these things that you buy all the time as a parent, and it automatically tallies cash that you've earned for a school of your choice. And so it's just a really simple way to help support kids and teachers in your community.
I certainly remember this program. I'm grateful of the impact that it has had over the years. And let me ask you in particular, how it's helping with the equity across the school system as well.
Right. So one of the very cool features of the app is that, one, you don't have to have a child in school to be able to use it. You don't even have to have a kid. You can choose any school that is participating in this program to earn cash for. And then they also make it really easy to choose a school in need. So these like Title I schools, they make it easy to be able to earn cash for them. And so anybody out there who is just looking to find a unique way to help support schools in their community or schools in need in their community, the Box Tops for Education app makes it really easy to be able to find those schools in need and be able to earn cash for them, doing things that you already do, like buy groceries every week. So it's a fun way to be able to support students in your community, especially schools in need.
Absolutely, Emily, perfect timing of this. We salute our teachers out there. We want to support them. What a great campaign. And what information do we need to know today?
Yeah, well, one thing that they're doing right now that is really fun is they're doing a sweepstakes. So Box Tops for Education, that's been around for 25 years. They have been able to allow us to earn nearly $1 billion for schools over the last 25 years. And they've given like $280,000 to 14 different schools recently. But the most important thing that I want people to know that's really exciting is that they're having a sweepstakes now that anybody has a chance to win $20,000 for a school of their choice. And all you have to do to enter is download the app and scan a receipt with Box Tops participating products, and then you are automatically entered to win $20,000 for a school of your choice. So it's a fun sweepstakes that's going on right now, and it's super easy to download the app. So I encourage people to go to boxtops4education.com to learn more about all of this.
Well, it's certainly an amazing campaign. The timing is perfect. We're grateful you made time to join us on our show, Emily. You've had a tremendous, successful journey yourself, and as we wrap, what has really served you well on that path of success?
Yeah, I mean, I think for someone like me who I grew up in West Virginia and I was one of those kids who didn't have a lot of confidence in school growing up, I think surrounding myself with adults who believed in my potential was one of those things that helped me build my confidence little by little, year after year, and help make me switch in my brain to make me think of myself as a smart person. So any parents out there, any teachers out there, you have the power to do that with the kids in your life. And I think that's really beautiful.
So glad you got to check out that clip. But listen, we've got plenty more going on here at Get Connected, our TV show. My friend and I are going to give you a glimpse of all the fun. So take it away.
The sun shines bright as it moves across my face. I feel the light and everything is in its place. Oh, I woke up feeling great. Today was made for me. And life is good the way it should, the way it was meant to be.
Well, join us and we'll get you in the know. Check us out at GetConnected@ConnTV.com and be part of the movement.
It's a beautiful day.
Our next guest is a world-renowned doctor. He's a plastic surgeon. He has a show, his own show, known as the Holistic Plastic Surgery Show. He has 15 million followers on TikTok and YouTube, you name it. He is the source. He has his brand new book out. There's Dr. Yoon in Detroit. Doctor, we're thrilled to have you with us and just share with us this journey that led to this book.
Yeah, this was honestly a labor of love. Many, many years ago, I realized as a traditionally trained plastic surgeon that I didn't know a lot of things. And so I set upon myself really to learn a lot of stuff I wasn't taught in medical school and residency. And that was how does somebody look and feel younger naturally without these surgical interventions? And that ended up becoming the book Younger for Life.
Well, Doctor, it's already a best-selling book, and we're thrilled that you're joining us here on the launch of the book. And as we dive into, one of the key words in this book is auto-rejuvenation. What did you discover in this pursuit?
Yeah, I started studying works from nutritionists and holistic physicians, naturopaths, dermatologists, and I started realizing that our body contains immense regenerative abilities. We just need to give it the right tools and the right environment for it to do so, for it to technically rejuvenate ourselves from the inside. And so that's the concept of autojuvenation, is that our body has this regenerative potential, but we just have to unlock it utilizing 5 specific things. And that's what you eat, when you eat, nutritional supplements, skincare, and non-invasive treatments. And I firmly believe that if you focus on those 5 things, that the vast majority of people can look 5 to 10 years younger naturally.
Wow, doctor, and I do appreciate the importance of those 5, but also I've been hearing more and more about the importance of sleep. How does that fit in?
Sleep is definitely there. And that's one of the things really that's kind of more of the environment around you and how you treat your body. Although really the first thing that we start with is food. You know, sleep is so important, and reduction of stress. And in my book, I do give a lot of advice on how to get great sleep, such as turning the temperature of your room down to 68 degrees, avoiding blue light before you go to bed, as well as stress reduction techniques like meditation and yoga, and other options as well.
Well, doctor, I'm learning so much from you. I do want to go back to the top 5. I knew nutrition was a big part of it. Maybe dive in and give us some samplings of the food, the right foods for us. And of course, we can find more in the book.
Yeah, one of the big things to focus on is that our skin is composed of collagen. 70 to 80% of our skin is collagen. Well, collagen breaks down 1% every year, about starting in our mid-20s. Collagen is a large protein. And so one of the big things that you want to do, especially as you get older, is to eat sufficient amounts of healthy protein. So healthy meats like grass-fed beef, pastured pork and chicken, wild-caught fish, and then you can also look at vegan sources of protein as well, like beans and nuts and seeds and soy, and that type of thing. So really making sure that you get sufficient amounts of protein in your diet is super important as you get older. The second category of foods I think that's so important are eating colorful fruits and vegetables. These are chock full of antioxidants, and the antioxidants fight oxidation, which is one of the main causes of aging of our skin. And it's the actual pigment in the fruits and vegetables, the color, that is the antioxidant. So it's, you know, if you eat, let's say, all just green vegetables, you don't get the same amount of antioxidants and the same kinds as if you eat green, red, orange, purple. By eating kind of the whole rainbow of colorful fruits and vegetables, you're going to get the most antioxidants, and that's going to help give you healthier and more youthful skin.
Such good info, and of course we can dive in for so much more important information in your brand new book, Younger for Life. But let's dive into supplements. Which ones are you using and why?
Yeah, one big supplement is that I recommend is to take a collagen supplement every day. So I mentioned collagen makes up 70 to 80% of our skin. It's the part of our skin that causes our skin to feel nice and taut and youthful, and we lose that collagen. Now, there are studies that show that taking a daily hydrolyzed collagen supplement can help to improve the collagen of your skin. And there are studies that have actually taken people where they have taken a hydrolyzed collagen supplement every day, and then 90 days later, they've actually biopsied their skin and found an increase in the amount of collagen in their skin afterwards. So the first thing I would recommend would be a collagen supplement. I also recommend a multivitamin every day, an omega-3 fatty acid supplement or fish oil every day, a daily probiotic with at least 3 billion colony-forming units, and then finally an antioxidant type of supplement as well.
Such good insights. What is the call to action? Obviously the book, Younger for Life, but the call to action, those steps we can start doing today.
Yeah, I would recommend people try doing a little bit of intermittent fasting. You know, one of the things that we find is that if we take a little bit of time off of eating, not eating constantly throughout the day, and even taking upwards of a 12 to 16-hour break where you don't eat food, but you just drink liquids, that can help stimulate your body's internal regenerative processes called autophagy. And then the other thing would be to get on a good, simple skincare routine. I have one in the book. It literally just takes 2 minutes a day. And we found that after doing that for 2 months, people can look upwards of 5 years younger. And so trying a little bit of that intermittent fasting and then a nice, simple skincare routine can really make a big difference in your skin.
Well, since I don't even have a skin routine, I am leaning in and want to know more about the 2-minute routine for skincare. What should be included?
So 2 very important parts of it would be every morning use an antioxidant serum like a vitamin C serum. That helps to fight free radicals and oxidation. I mentioned the colorful fruits and vegetables. That's how you get it through the inside, but you can also apply it to the outside as well. And then you want to apply a sunscreen at least SPF 30 after that. And then every evening, I recommend people to use a retinoid. Retinol is over-the-counter retinoids. These are basically derivatives of vitamin A, scientifically shown to help reverse the aging process of the skin. So if you use one anti-aging ingredient, make sure it's a retinol because those are definitely proven to work.
I've heard you loud and clear. I've heard so much wonderful information. We've got the book. Where do we start?
Yeah, we actually in the book have a 21-day jumpstart where we put people on a very simple skincare routine. We have them clean up their diet, try a little bit of intermittent fasting and some very basic supplements. And we found afterwards that not only was their skin brighter and more vibrant, more youthful, but people said, geez, I've lost some unwanted weight. I have so much more energy. I've had people who say, geez, some of my chronic aches and pains have gotten a lot better. So it truly is an inside-outside approach to autojuvenation. It's using your body's own regenerative abilities to turn back the clock, not only in your skin, but in your whole body on the inside as well.
Well, I certainly love the inside-out approach. Doctor, what a delight to talk to you. Congratulations on the book, Younger for Life. As we wrap, I'm just curious, you have on TikTok and YouTube like 15 million subscribers. I'm sure you didn't go to medical school planning to be a social media star, but it's happened. As we wrap, how did those roots begin?
Well, this really happened a lot during the pandemic where I found myself in an empty office with 11 employees that I promised to pay and no patients coming in the door. And so I thought, you know what, I've got some time on my hands in an empty office. I'm just going to create some content that people may enjoy, may educate them. And from there, it just exploded. I think when I stopped worrying about acting like a doctor, and only saying doctorly things, that people found, wow, this is somebody who's real. And it just, like I said, it exploded my account. And it's just been a real privilege to reach so many people with a positive message that you can look and feel your best without going under the knife. Plastic surgery only really as a last-ditch resort.
Wellness, 2024 wellness. Well, Happy New Year to everyone. We're already in full swing in 2024. And when I think of wellness, I think of two categories, health and wealth. And our next guest is going to lean in on that with some goals and some great information to help us lean in on. But first and foremost, welcome back to Connect. I'm your host, Conn Jackson. We're coming to you along the beach here in Santa Barbara, California, and we're thrilled that you are with us. Now, our next guest joins us right now. There is Mia, world-renowned nutritionist, dietitian. Tell us about setting our goals for wellness.
Yes, well, the new year, top of mind is health and wellness goals. And the key is to make them simple and realistic, something that you'll actually follow through with. So I'm all about simple, realistic goals.
Well, we love that, Mia. We love that you've joined us. Let's start in the kitchen. What do you have for us there?
Yes, so my number one tip is to